back a little bit, I think. Morning to Vet Tech in Arizona. Okay, so they're going to head to the other side of the dam perhaps. Some of them. Thanks for the reminder, Vet Tech. Guess we're using that name this morning. And something I wanted to mention actually was Kenya's just recent, I think it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday or the day before, the decision of the government to burn tons and tons of ivory as a message to, I suppose, the world that is still using ivory as a commodity, that there is no value to it. Something that helped with poaching back in the late 80s when Richard Leakey did the same thing. That did make a little bit of a difference. Okay, it's going to try and move again. I think we'll just, for now, stay on this side of the dam. We've got beautiful light. There's still some more ellies. There's still another big female with her calves. Maybe I won't move it all. We'll just sit quietly. Another big group coming down. Gosh, she's a very large cow. And I think I know that big girl behind the back with that very long tusk. These are matriarchs of note. You okay with this angle, Andrew?
Yeah, no problem.
Anyways, VetTech was asking if we have an elephant poaching problem here in Kruger. Unfortunately, it has started. Sadly, we have had a few incidents. Something's wrong with the protection of our parks. That was never a problem in the past, and we're now suffering from quite a severe poaching crisis. Groups that are meeting, they might not have known that they were together, that they were going to be meeting up. They might have, but they weren't traveling together. The second group with the two big females came from a different angle, so we didn't. That wasn't the group that we saw earlier. The group that I've been trying to follow is the first group that arrived. So these are family groups meeting. It seems to be that those can go lift a little bit. That big female that's trying to encourage that calf down. She's trying to help it somehow. It'll be interesting to see what she's doing. Trying to encourage the little one to come down. There's a step there that the little one's battling with. And there the other one's showing, the other one is going to show it how to go down backwards maybe. Steep for the little one, and that looked like the big female was actually trying to help her, and the younger one now showing it how to turn around and come down backwards. Come on, I help you a little. There, backwards. You shouldn't laugh, but using her foot to make sure that the little one doesn't fall, that is extremely gentle. There you go. Tapping it on the butt with her tail. Going to quickly go to Brent and you'll come back to the eddies. Brent's got something quickly before that disappears, and we'll come back here in a sec.
You said, see if you can see anything.
Hi, welcome back guys. Just a quick cut from Marc. Scott and I were going past an old hyena den site and we just saw dust billowing. So we decided to stop and wait. We couldn't see it. Now, can anyone see anything in this picture at the moment? So it's going to zoom in shortly. So a little bit of patience, and the answer to who was digging out the hole came clear. There we go, guys. And he's been digging it up, and now it looks like he's having a little rest. Nice, very nice curved set of tusks on it. I can't see whether it's let me just have a quick look. It's a female as well. And it's quite interesting. You don't often see them in this sort of position. And you can see how dirty her nose is. So what she does, she backs into the den, into the hole, and then she excavates using her nose and then pushes all the sand out the entrance with her nose. But it's quite nice to see them in this position rather than just sort of out in the middle of the bush. And a quick question for everyone there. Can anyone tell me why a warthog always goes into their hole with its backside first? Send your answers to #Safari Live on Twitter or on email to questions@wildearth.tv. Okay guys, we're going to shoot back to Marc very quickly. The elephants seem to be on their way, so off to Marc.
Well, with cooler temperatures there isn't any splashing and swimming. It's possible that it's going to warm up and maybe they're not going to be too far from the dam. Maybe later they'll come back with if it's hot, come and swim. What's interesting is that they've been displaying towards the other side of the dam there as they've come away from the water. There seems to be that they're concerned about something in the bushes over there. They were sort of flaring their ears and listening. Just a quick drink, Time to move on. Two little boys pushing around. Oh, those. I wonder where that very little one is now. Must be tucked under the legs of those big cows. These two little boys are having a pushing match. Question from Florida from Andre, asking the funniest experience in the past. Gee, it's hard. I'd love to be able to recall things. Sometimes when I haven't been asked, sometimes I can. There goes that little one in the back, being kept close to mom. Funniest experience. I remember there was a wonderful experience that I had with Leshan on camera. We were with a herd of elephants and they were in a mud hole. There was a digging hole where they, in the riverbed, they had dug. I suppose some of the diggings were for water, but this particular hole was a mud hole. They had dug it because it was into the clay layer of the riverbed, and it had filled up with enough water that it started getting the clay all mushy. And I remember one young elephant digging, and she was slinging mud our way. She was actually flinging mud at us. We got covered in water and sand and mud. That was quite funny. There was one of my first drives there with a herd of elephant one evening was also meeting up with a herd that had a young female that took interest in me, and she picked a bush and put it on her head as a hat and then came and stood in front of the vehicle. It was a rather comical thing. I'd have to think about it, Andre. I'd have to, off the top of my head, it's hard to come up with with something, but it'll come to me. Hello, boys. Two little boys running away. Wonderful witnessing things from a distance like this, because you know that you're not influencing them at all. We're not changing their direction. We're not changing their moods. I don't even think they know we've been watching them. There's definitely been something across the dam there. I think we need to go and have a look. Where did that giant kingfisher go now? What a fantastic experience. So I'm going to go and see what we can find on the other side of the water. I need to take one or two layers off. We're going to see if Brent's still busy with that warthog. So I'll hand you over to Brent again.